Let me tell you something. It takes a lot to get here to SEMA. You got to set up a booth, you got to bring all your product, but I can tell you one thing that it didn't take for Ken to get here to SEMA, and that was a trailer. You actually drove your car from Ohio to SEMA.
We did. There was 8 of us that drove. We do it every year from this point on. Last year was our first year. It was a tremendous trip. Our share of rain, but it was good. We try to add a little culture to the trip. A lot of food. Very interesting.
Well, that's really what it's all about. I mean, you build these cars not to just show, you want to drive them.
Well, past years, I've experienced some car tours that they count down how many miles they can do in a day. We try to count down what we can do, what we can learn, how much fun we can have, and still drive. So what takes a 4-day drive, we take 7 to do it.
And you guys covered 2,500 miles to get here to Las Vegas from Ohio, and you did it on a set of Dayton wheels, and that's where you come in, Charlie. This is your company, and you've not only provided the space for those guys, but of course all of those cars had Dayton wheels on them.
That's right. We build them for show and go, and Posey proved it. You can make it all the way across the country with them on them.
I like that, show and go. Just another reason that the car guys are proving it. It's not just looking good on the rack, it's actually performing well on the car. Tell us a little bit more about your company. How long have you been in business?
Since 1916. I bought it back in 2002, and still going strong with both new cars, old cars, restorations, and doing it all.
If that's not a proven business, I don't know what is. Now, Ken, I got to ask you a little bit more about your car because it's so cool looking, and you're trying to grow this trend. Next year, you want to have even more guys driving their cars out, right?
Yes, we do. What we do is we target industry only so that that particular firm, factory, shop drives their cars, their product, shows and handles that product in the way it was intended to be, puts it through a durability test, such as ours, super slide springs on this project, Dayton wire wheels, Corky Coker's G-Force tires, Ford's engine. We put all that to use. In my case, it was right out the door, 2,500 miles, and we're smiling, and I'm looking forward to the return trip.
And no bugs in the teeth, so the windshield was working well, too.
Excellent. Yes, sir. The bugs are in the grill where they belong.
Now, you told me about the rain coming out of Ohio. Anything else you want to tell me about the trip? Did you have any highs, lows, in-betweens?
No. It's intended to be Posie's Driven Dirty Tour. Build whatever you got. Bring what you are proud of, in Corky's case, or Honest Charlie. In this case, Dayton Wire Wheel chose to build an original 37 Phaeton. Car's all original, powertrain's a fresh flat motor, and they're representing all these pieces. And then the object is, when you get here, don't treat it like a show car, treat it like a driver. And that's exactly what we do. Well, I'm not proud that my car's dirty, but I'm also proud of the fact that it's not a show car.
Now, you must have been getting a lot of looks on the road, too, with those cars whipping by on the 15. I mean, people are craning their necks to get a look at you guys. There's a point on the 15 where you get to where you can see Las Vegas, finally, after all those miles. What sort of feelings came up for you when you finally saw your destination and rolled into town?
Well, we ate our whole ways across the country. We had different saloons, different places for dinner, and all I did is hit the valley and thinking, I'm eating there, I'm eating there, and I'm eating there. So we got it all scheduled for the rest of the week. The fun keeps on going.
That is for sure. SEMA 2007 is all about fun. Charlie, let me ask you, it's got to make you proud to have all these cars rolling on your wheels.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, we joined them in Hamilton, Ohio, and we came across country in what is traditionally known as a rat rod, getting soaked along with everyone else in all the rain. And we had people back in Ohio betting against us that we weren't going to make it. So when we came in, saw the view of Vegas, we were just happy to be here and knew we won some money along the way.
That is so cool. This is what it is all about, car people. Don't just show them, you got to drive them, and drive them like you stole them. Now, Charlie, obviously Dayton Wheels, that's named after Dayton, Ohio?
Correct.
And the company was formed in 1916. Wow, so were they making wooden wheels back then?
Originally, they started with wooden wheels and evolved into steel spoke wheels, and they were on all the great makes like Marmon, Duesenberg, Cord, Auburn. They went on to do most of the fields for the Indianapolis 500, were either on wheels that Dayton built or that Dayton rebuilt. And then sprint cars, and then on to the lowrider craze, and evolved from there.
Well, throughout automotive history, wire wheels have never and probably never will go out of style. They always look cool. And Ken, I know that's what attracted you to this wheel for this particular car. This looks amazing here.
Well, Corky Coker came out with a set of Excelsior tires that went in different combinations, big and littles, front and rear tread matching. And I thought, well, I need a wheel that's going to feel like my car project, sort of like a car sounds it should look. Well, in this case, I wanted to use something vintage, and Charlie at Dayton said, we can do 20-inch wires with that look, that rim width for that tire. Well, now that I've gotten through that, my firm, POSIES, is known as making statements, and those statements come from not doing what everybody else does. So naturally, I always try to take a project in a direction all by myself. If everybody wants to come with me, great. If they don't, I just move on to the next statement. Well, next year's statement's formed around a set of 8-inch wide, 17-inch diameter, European laced wire spoke wheels. And I thought, well, I need to take this wheel and take it to another level. So I decided I'm going to build an XKE 2+2, flat black, hot rod, Ford engine, 5-speed. I'm going to build a hot rod out of a Jag, but I'm building it around the Dayton wire wheels.
And something that's going to look stock, looks like it's appropriate for that era of car. And I think that's really the trend in custom automotive these days, are to have that vintage look with the modern technology. And you guys have definitely captured it. Congratulations on this car. Can't wait to see the Jaguar next year.
Hey, look out. My name is POSIES, and I'm a friend of Charlie's. This is Hub Garage, and I'm from Hummelstown, Pennsylvania.
My name's Charlie Schrader with Dayton Wire Wheel, and you're watching HubGarage.com.
If you want to check out what's hot in the automobile world, check out Hub Garage. I plan on being there.